Hey there, hope you're doing good. Nowadays, there are a bunch of tools that claim to be automated code reviews, claim to do automated code reviews. Something called Codacy, Code Climate, Code Scene, Deep Source, and a whole bunch of these. I spent half a day trying some of these out and I wanted to share my conclusions. My conclusion is that none of these tools are worth it. They're all overhyped, at least among the ones I saw. To begin with, you can't try out for free on your private repository many of these tools. They are free only for public repositories, which makes sense. I don't mind paying, but first I need to see a trial for a few weeks so that I'm convinced of the tool's value. Otherwise, why would I pay for an unknown tool? And even to try it out, you have to kind of fill out a form, tell them your name, company name, this, that, etc. Right? And in some cases, the sales team will contact you, and we don't want to waste time talking to salespeople. And also, the price will be high if that happens. Because how else do you think the sales team is getting paid? They're increasing the price they charge you to pay them. Moving past the sign up, some of them didn't support Swift, the programming language used on iOS. And considering that iOS is a major platform today, that is a serious limitation. We are not talking about niche stuff like Visual Basic or COBOL or Fortran. Talk about widely used stuff. And then I have found that many of the semantic issues are not flagged by these tools like dead code. Many of them are superficial. Like there's no new line at the end of the file, right? There needs to be a balance between these two. Because if the tool is only suggesting dumb things like no new line at the end of the file, what's the point of using it? You want to identify things that are real problems, either bugs or they make the code unmaintainable or something like that. Not subjective, trivial things or blank lines. The other problem is these tools don't fix issues. Even if they do, they create a PR, then you have to review it, then you have to merge it. For example, one of the tools I used, it told me that multiple files don't have a new line at the end. Okay, fine. I mean, that's like a useless thing, but let's assume it's a useful thing. With one click, I want all those files fixed, and it can't do that. This is a safe refactoring. It's not like removing some functionality from one class and putting it into another, which a human should review. This is not like that, right? Or removing dead code. So some of these trivial things, right? Or having tabs and spaces mixed together in the same file. Some of these trivial things you want the tool to fix with one click. And they don't do that. They just tell you. And then once you consider the overhead, the tool is no longer worth it. They also spew out hundreds and hundreds of warnings without prioritizing them. Important things like this class has 13 instance variables and is probably doing too much. Get merged in with things like there's no new line at the end of the file. One is an important semantic issue, the other is a trivial, inconsequential issue. And the important things are lost because it gives you a giant list of 400 things. You can't sort it. Like ideally, I would like to sort them by the file so that I can go through each file, fix what I want to. But it doesn't let me do that. So when you consider all of these limitations, right? The sign-up hassle, the payment, the fact that they don't point out enough semantic issues, the conclusion is, and even trivial issues require effort on your side to fix. And if you're doing that, why even use any of these third-party tools? So, considering all this, the conclusion, at least based on my research, maybe if you have used one of these tools for months, you would have a better opinion. But in this video, I'm just sharing what I learned in half day of research, which is that these tools are not worth it. They're all overhyped. They're just marketing themselves as being smarter than they really are. like everyone does. If you'd like me to help your engineering team run effectively, my consulting link is in the description.